A famous Harvard law professor, Alan Dershowitz, is known not only for his legal career, but also for his Jewish advocacy. A proud Jew, Dershowitz has been a vocal defender of Israel and a tireless fighter against antisemitism. About 30 years ago, he wrote a book titled The Vanishing American Jew, which, as the title suggests, argues that American Jewry is doomed. In it, Dershowitz articulates as clearly as only a Harvard law professor can his Tzuris Theory. Tsurus is Yiddish for troubles. He argues that Judaism as a religion and Jewishness as a culture are well suited and have well adapted to life with tsurus, discrimination, antisemitism, persecution. But, he asserts, when we don't have these troubles, we struggle to find a reason for being Jewish. And therefore, the Western world, where Jews feel free as Jews, has seen the greatest levels of assimilation. Well, with all due respect to the famed professor, I beg to disagree. It is true that there are Jews who would probably forget about their Jewishness if not for the anti-Semites reminding them of it. It is also true that for many Jews, their Jewish identity consists primarily, or maybe even entirely, of fighting Jew hatred. It is also true that many Jews stay connected to their tradition mainly in spite of the Hitlers, the Jeremy Corbyns, and the Louis Farrakhan's of the world. But I have a big problem with this kind of Jewish identity. The Jew of the Tzuris Theory is a reactive Jew. His Jewishness is a reaction to the outside environment. But what about being a proactive Jew? Many people say if we forget that we are Jewish, our anti-Semitic neighbors will always remind us about it. Right? But what if we won't forget? Am I a Jew only because of the anti-Semitic neighbor next door? Does Judaism have any meaning to me beyond the hatred directed at our people? After every anti-Semitic attack or statement, I hear calls for fighting back. That's important. But fighting back has that back element to it. What about fighting forward? While anti-Semitism is a terrible problem and we must fight it in every way possible, it is not the biggest threat to the Jewish people today. Neither is Iran, nor Hamas, nor Hezbollah. The biggest threat to Jews today is Jewish apathy. The biggest threat is not knowing what it means to be Jewish, and therefore not understanding why to be Jewish. As people who stand up to Jew hatred, we have to know not only what we are fighting against, but also what we are fighting for. Fighting back can eliminate an anti-Semitic act. Fighting forward can help us gain stronger footing so we and our children will not be affected by this hatred. Being a reactive Jew might allow us to survive as a Jew. Being a proactive Jew will allow us to thrive as a Jew. For thousands of years, Jews have thrived on every continent, in every environment, and in every condition, not because they were successfully fighting anti-Semitism. Sometimes they were not doing it so well, but because they valued what being Jewish is all about, because they found deep meaning in being the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because they cherished being the bearers of beliefs that changed civilization. Because Judaism was an integral part of their lives and being Jewish was simply who they were. That will also be the reason why Judaism will thrive now. Don't be a reactive Jew. Be a proactive Jew. Connect with your roots. Learn more about being a Jew. Do one more mitzvah. Come to a synagogue near you. Don't just fight back against antisemitism. Fight forward.